Hey guys, and welcome back. So today I'm very excited to be making a video all about mascara. Now, as you may be able to tell by the title of this video, it's all about my favourite high-end, holy grail, all-time favourites, I can't live without mascaras, and it's actually in partnership with Harvey Nichols. If you guys haven't been following my social media for the past month or so, over the past 5 weeks I've been reviewing my top 5 Holy Grail mascaras as part of the Harvey Nichols Holy Grail project. And it's actually really exciting because basically what they've done is pick a beauty expert for each category. So I have mascaras, but Mary Greenwell is also taking part, choosing her favourite red lipsticks, which is very, very interesting for me because Mary Greenwell, if you don't know her, is basically the queen of makeup artistry in the UK. And my friend Dina, who's also a YouTuber, is doing the eyeshadow palettes. So if you want to check out the other reviews in the series, I'll link it below. Basically, I've been reviewing one of my favourite mascaras every week for the past 5 weeks over on the Harvey Nichols site. And basically, in this video, I'm going to do a little rundown, a little recap of the reviews and tell you about all of the mascaras that I love, and then do the reveal of my #1 top mascara of all time, which is such a claim because mascara is probably my favourite beauty product. I absolutely love it. And yeah, it was very exciting getting to be part of this project because obviously I have an idea of like what mascaras I love and what mascaras I would naturally go for, but it's very rare that you actually get to try them kind of like next to each other and really compare them. And Harvey Nichols Beauty Hall, if you haven't been there, in the past few months, they've basically redone the whole thing and it is just a gorgeous place to shop. So it was a really, really fun project to be part of, and I hope you guys enjoy the reviews. So let's get into the reviews. The first one, which is probably #5, is the Rodial Glamolash XXL mascara. Now, Rodial's a brand that I think is quite heavily associated with skincare, but actually their makeup is amazing. And this mascara is so, so good. They have a skinny version and an XXL version. This mascara is so good. I love the wand of this because it's a natural bristle wand, but it's really still good at kind of separating, so you end up with a kind of sexy, smoky, fluttery effect, and it's really good. It doesn't flake or kind of budge throughout the day. It wears really well, and I really like it. The one downside to this one is the packaging. It's not as luxe as some of the others, but if you're not bothered about packaging, that's fine. I love packaging as a kind of optional extra. Like, I don't have to have super luxe packaging, but I think it's nice to have. So that's the Rodial one. I really love that. The next one is the NARS Audacious mascara, which is quite similar in terms of the effect that you get, but it's very different in terms of the application because the wand is like a large rubber wand and it has a very, very long bristles to it. I'm going to do close-up so you guys can see what I mean here, but it means that you have to be a little bit more careful when you're applying it. It's a little bit more spiky. The formula is also a lot more wet. It takes a little bit longer to dry, so when you're applying it, I feel like you're either a wet mascara person or a dry mascara person. I don't tend to go for the wetter mascaras because I find them a little bit more messy. Like, sometimes if you like look down whilst it's still drying when you're doing your mascara, it will transfer and stuff. I find that kind of annoying, but it does dry down after a few weeks of use. It definitely gets a little bit more, or a little bit easier to work with, should we say. So that's the one downside of the NARS mascara in my opinion, but this one definitely gives you more, I feel like a little bit more definition. The lashes are a little bit less kind of fluttery and more like a little bit more shiny finished. So they kind of look a little bit more like aggressive, if that makes sense. Your eyelashes look more aggressive. I don't know if that's actually a term, but if you get what I mean, they're a little bit more glossy, a little bit more lengthening than the others as well, rather than volumizing. I think this focuses a little bit more on lengthening. So that's the NARS Audacious. And then my third favourite is this one, which is actually the newest one that I've tried out of all of these, because most of them I tried either when they launched or I've been using them for years. The third one is the Tom Ford Ultra Length Mascara. I really love Tom Ford makeup, but a lot of it is so expensive, I don't know whether it's necessarily worth the price. But this one, actually, it's a lot more expensive than the others, but I do still think it is really, really gorgeous. And if you like this type of mascara and you are willing to spend the money on a more premium mascara, I think it's really worth it. Basically, the reason why I love this so much, it has, again, the kind of natural bristle brush instead of the rubber one, and it almost has, it's like a tapered brush, so it goes from slightly wider to a little bit thinner. It is really precise in its application. It gives you a little bit of everything, so it gives you volume, length. It adds something to the lashes that looks really kind of natural, in the same way as the Rodial one does. It has that kind of sexy softness to the finish of it. It's not super, super slick like the NARS one, and I think for me, this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous mascara to use with like a smoky eye. It has that kind of like smouldering kind of effect to the look of your lashes. The packaging is stunning, as with all Tom Ford products, super gorgeous, and it wears really, really well. So I haven't noticed, to be honest, none of the mascaras in this video would be here if they didn't wear well, like if they smudged or if they transferred or flaked or whatever. So on that front, I feel like it's almost not worth mentioning because it's like top 5 mascaras of all time. They're not going to be smudging. My second one is the Lancome Grandiose Extreme. Now, this was really hard to choose a favourite out of Lancome mascaras because I love Lancome mascaras. They make amazing ones. And when they brought out the Grandiose mascara a couple of years ago, I absolutely loved that as well. But now they do the Extreme version, which basically is like even bigger and better than before. But if you haven't tried this mascara before, it's a really unusual one because it has this like strange kind of swan neck wand. And although it is a rubber brush, it's very non-uniform in comparison to a lot of other brushes that you find in mascara. So the bristles are very short and there are a lot of them. So you're still getting that kind of like a little bit more of a natural finish, a little bit more of a messy kind of look with the lash hairs. Like you're not going to be getting that crazy, crazy definition that maybe the NARS one will give you. But this gives you so much volume to the point where it can be like a little bit clumpy. Like if you don't like slightly clumpy lashes, I really do. Like I like a little bit of clump in there just to add a little bit of extra kind of like almost like a grunginess to your lashes. I really love that. So much volume, so much length. It really is like the name, the clue is in the name. It's called Extreme. It is an extreme mascara and it's so, so good. I really love it. So that's the Lancome Grandiose Extreme. That's my second favourite. Also with this, the packaging is like absolutely to die for. It has the gorgeous Lancome rose in the lid and I just think it's really, really nice. So that's my number 2 favourite. And then for my number 1, I feel like this won't be a surprise to a lot of you if you watch me or if you have watched me for years, because I've used this mascara on and off since I was about 15, 16, and it still remains my number 1 favourite. I love it so much. Nothing else can beat it for me because it really does everything. It's one of those mascaras that's just my perfect mascara. And it did have some stiff competition. Like I said, all of the previous 4 that I've talked about are amazing, and I use them and love them and think they're brilliant. But my number 1 favourite, Holy Grail mascara of all time, is the YSL Effect Fossil False Lash, depending on if you want to say the French or the English. And this mascara just does it all. So for a start, the packaging is stunning. It really is. I think it's like the best mascara packaging ever, and it hasn't changed. It stayed the same since I've been using it anyway. And then the wand is a natural bristle wand. It's quite tightly packed, so you get a lot of volume, a lot of length, but you also don't get that crazy, super like slick definition, and which I personally like. For some looks I like it, but for every day and for like smoky eyes, I love a little bit of kind of messy softness to the lashes, and it just makes your lashes look amazing. It quite honestly makes your lashes look amazing. It's the perfect colour of black, like it's very, very black. It doesn't transfer, it doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge. It does have one downside to it, which everybody always picks up on for this mascara, and that's the fact that it dries out quite quickly. However, you are supposed to change your mascaras at least every 3 months. So I would say this mascara can last me about 2 months before it gets really dry. So yes, it is a little bit less long lasting than some of the others, but most of the time in 2 months I'll use up a whole tube of mascara, so that doesn't bother me too much. So it's managed to keep its position as my number 1 all-time favourite mascara, and yeah, I just love it. Can you tell I love it? I'm like smiling at it like it was my baby. That's it for my top 5 Holy Grail mascaras. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to go and check out my written reviews on the Harvey Nichols website. I'll link that below, but also some of the other girls' reviews, because honestly, it's so interesting to see like everyone's all-time favourites, and they're in each different category. So there's red lips, there's foundation, there's tools, and then there's eyeshadow palettes. So if you want to discover some new amazing high-end Holy Grail products, then go and check that out. And I hope to see you guys again very soon. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, then make sure you click that button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.